Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we are going to do some water testing. Now, I myself don't even know exactly what I mean by this. I just know we're going to do some things that involves water. Leap of Death has water, so we're going to Leap of Death. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with something really simple. We're going to take a car from the top of Leap of Death and try to get it to the bottom without touching anything at all but the water. So no touching the sides of the mountain or anything. And the reason I'm using this car, the Lancer Evolution, is because it has a turbo button, so we could go right here and, okay, that's not the turbo button. I didn't even hit the turbo button yet. But I was going to say we could get right up to the ramp and hit the turbo button right as we're there. But apparently the car decided he was going to crash on the ramp. Alright, there we go. That's better. I don't know what the car was doing right there for a second. He was just doing whatever he wants, I guess. So now we should have enough speed to be able to hit straight into the water. Without much adjusting. We might have to do a little bit of adjustments when we get near the water, but looks like we're going to make it pretty easily now, and I don't know what will happen. I'm pretty sure this crash is going to be too extreme and something really bad is going to happen, but we'll find out. And okay, well, the car just automatically reset itself because I think it was too extreme. We'll try it again just in case to make sure it wasn't just a fluke. You saw we only had half of a Lancer right there. That's always a funny thing to look at when you have half a car. So we're gonna go ahead and whoop! Oh, I just popped my wheel off. I think we'll be fine though, because it didn't slow us down. We just lost the wheel. And well, you don't need wheels to fly. You need wings. I don't have wings though, so we're just gonna fall anyway. So you don't need wheels to fall in either. So everything's fine. And this one is going to hit the water. I'm gonna throw this on a slow-mo before we hit. See if it makes a difference. See if we can see something happen before it glitches out, maybe. I don't know. Whoa! What in the world was that? What have I done? Oh my goodness, I have really broken something here. Alright, put this thing to full speed. Hit and out. Whoa. All I did was unfreeze physics, and now we're back at the top. I didn't respawn it or anything. So apparently this car is not the best candidate for this. So let's try something else. Maybe let's figure out really if it's the car or just the whole idea behind it. Now, I think a G-Series drag racing may be able to make it. It'll be tight, but we can kind of cheat it along if it doesn't quite make it. So we'll go ahead and actually use the off-road one now that I think about it, because, well, look where we're at. We're on a dirt road. I think an off-road version would benefit from that, don't you? So there we go. And now we're just going to try to go like this. Is it going to work? So we'll see if it had. I don't think it'll have quite enough speed, but I'll just teleport it along if I need to. And yeah, not quite gonna make it. Not quite. So let's go and just freeze physics, and we're just gonna go right where it is and go straight outwards to above the water and then reset it there. So maybe about right there. And now it should keep falling some more. So it's basically like it hit the water from the height we started at. The only difference is I'm moving the position. I'm not changing the speed, the angle, or anything. I'm just changing the position. So let's see here. How about right here? That looks pretty good. There we go. So let's see a stock vehicle doing the exact same thing. Does it glitch up too, or does it work good? Let's find out. 100 times slower. Stock vehicle is okay. So maybe it's just the Impreza that doesn't like that. The Impreza's just like, I am having none of this, and I am just gonna blow up. And that one blew up too, though. I mean, look at the damage. He got damaged up. Alright, so now that's just some quick vehicle tests. Those aren't the actual things I was really planning on doing. I just thought about that right since we saw it. The main thing I was wanting to see what happens, though, is what if we take the B25 Mitchell into it? What will it do? So we'll try a couple of different angles on this crash. The first one we'll do is an easy one where all we do is just dive. So that's all we're going to do. We're just going to dive. Straight down. Not quite straight down, but pretty close. And it just falls apart. It just kind of fell apart when it hit the water. Huh. I wonder if it'd be any different if you were not in slow-mo. That's actually an interesting question. Is it different in slow-mo than full speed? Like, does it calculate it more accurately in slow-mo or anything? I don't know. It definitely looked different that time. Like that one, there was no glitchiness. So it's hard to say. Anyways, let's try a different thing. Let's try going like this. We'll try almost like getting by the water, but then just kind of skipping on it. So that's a little bit more than a skip. But oh, there's a little bit of glitchiness. I saw it. I think we need a little more air to actually be able to skip along. So I'll just do this. I'll let it fly for a bit and respawn it. And then we could probably level out and try to just skip on the water. So it's going to go whoop, skipped it, and oh. It kind of just touches the water and then falls apart. And by the way, it's hard to skip along the water. As you can plainly tell, it's not easy. I'm doing the best I can, but we have a very limited amount of space to do this. So I'm just trying to go just like that. Perfect. Oh, but it still grabbed it. Like the wire just grabs it and takes it down. Like that was a good hit. The wire just grabbed my wheels and saying, "You're coming with me." All right, let's do a really fast one this time. We're just gonna dive it, and we're gonna make sure it gets a lot of speed by resetting it a couple of times. Let's try to get up to 300. Yep, there we go, and then boom. Oh, whoa! I made a huge glitchy mess. There are parts of plane that are going everywhere. Well then, that's what happens when we take the B-25 Mitchell to the water. And there's a couple more things I want to test, but I don't know if this will really be the right map for that. So I think we're going to go ahead and change maps, and I probably will go to grid map, because grid map has something that'll work. May not be ideal, but it's the best I can think of right now, so we're going to it. Actually, you know what? Let's go to a cliff instead. I think that might work a bit better. Alright, so first we gotta get down the cliff, which is always fun. Let's see, which way to go, Let's try going this way. Let's try going a different way down the cliff than I normally would go, just to see what happens. Instead of going like the normal route, we're going this way. I just had an idea for a video also. Should I do a video where I try to climb the cliff? That might be interesting. I mean, I did one going down it, which wasn't too bad, so I might have a chance going up some of it at least. There we go, now we're moving. For a second though, we were just kind of barely moving. Now we're moving through it though. And once we're to the bottom though, we get all this water we can play with. Truck's holding up pretty well actually for the cliff. Yeah, it's ruined, but there's still most of its shape. Alright, so now that we're at the bottom, we can go ahead and do some crashes straight into the water and see if anything interesting will happen if you go fast enough. So we'll start off with, let's try using this normal truck that we already have and get the off-road edition for a little bit more traction and try driving it straight into the water about maybe 60, 70 miles per hour or so, highway speeds-ish. And see if I don't think anything too interesting will happen here. It should just kind of sink into the water slowly. And then we'll try ramping it up a ton, and that's where things will probably get interesting, is when we ramp it up and have some really high speeds. So this is the baseline kind of thing, and yeah, nothing too interesting there. You see, it got stuck up and flipped over. So now we're going to try with something fast, really fast. So I'm thinking maybe we'll be able to go about 200, maybe not 200, maybe 150 when we hit the water. So let's see if anything interesting happens. We're flying this time. And that we got some damage, but that was kind of because we flew into it because there was a jump there. So let's try smoothly going into the water this time. Smoothly. There we go. So let's see if anything happens here. We're just kind of smooth into it. And look at that. Kind of just glided along and then sink. Obviously, that means we need a faster vehicle. That's obviously what the game's telling me. Where's that Lancer again? With the turbo button. Oh goodness. Lancer bad, Lancer bad. Oh my, really? The Lancer does not like water one bit. It just hates water. It's like, don't touch me with that water. The Lancer just hates water. You see, every time it touches water, it's like, I don't want to touch it. I'm freezing the game. There we go. That time it didn't freeze the game. You had to go really slow not to freeze the game. How funny. Alright, let's try something else instead of the Lancer. I know the 22B has a turbo too, so try it out. A white one. Oh well, who cares? Oh, it's the same way. Come on. All the ones with turbos don't work out well, huh? I guess we'll just keep using the drag versions of things, because, well, what else am I going to use? You can get this thing up to a pretty good speed and then roll it, because, I forgot it has a very stiff suspension, too. See, I always think, oh yeah, this thing has a soft suspension. No, it doesn't. Not anymore. It's a drag edition, son. It got a stiff suspension. Look at that. It just kind of glides, and then, it tips. And then it goes under. What if we slam the H-cube into the water? What does it do? Does it care? I bet the H-cube wouldn't care. What if it's a really light H-cube versus a heavy one? Oh, goodness. H-cube, you're not supposed to do that. That's just, oh, that's terrible, H-cube. You're making this way harder than it should be. The sand keeps grabbing it, so instead of going forward, it just rolls. Okay, we'll do this somewhere else then. Let's see. Is there anything else I'd want to do here, though? Oh, we could try something really dumb like the steamroller going into the water. I don't think I've ever done that before. Alright, let's flatten this water down. The steamroller might be so heavy it doesn't even care. It depends how the engine is set up. If it's set up where it can drive underwater, I don't think it'll be slowed down. Oh, it is slowed down. But it could drive underwater perfectly fine. It just doesn't care. Alright, anything else I'd want to try? What about the rocket plane bolide? Does that thing have its thrusters working? Doesn't seem like it. Seems like this car is busted. It does not actually function no longer, so that's a no-go. Unfortunate, because it does have a thruster usually that would make it go fast. What if we did a monster truck into the water? I forget which is the biggest monster truckiest truck, but oh well. That one seems pretty beefy, doesn't it? Here we go, straight into the water. Oh, look at how it kind of floated, and now it's drowned. You can kind of cut the corners of the ocean, at least with this thing it looked like. So like if we wanted to go straight through there, we could do that. Watch. Go, whoop, look at that. Alright, 100 miles per hour. Oh. It just grabs you, man. The water doesn't like it when you try to skirt around it. It's like, I'm taking you down. It just pulls me in, and, well, there goes that idea. Let's try, what if we try to take off the Mitchell right into the water? Like, just try to take it off, and then nope. Okay, apparently it doesn't like trying to take off at the sand, period. There we go, that's better. Except I don't have a churning radius to, get this off unless I use the parking brake button. There we go. So now we hopefully will make it. Yeah, that worked terribly. It's too rough. This land is too rough. We've got to line it up better too. Maybe if we start way back here, give it lots of room to work with, and it might be able to try to do something interesting if we do that. Give it the chance it needs. Kind of thing, yeah. Just let it have its shot. Except this churning radius is not good. It was at this churning radius so badly. Alright, this time we're going to just churn it the whole way first, and then once it's lined up, then we're going to go. So we're going to try to take off going through the water. Not happening, not happening. Nope, the water says no. The water said, no way, you're not doing this, no way. Alright, we're going to take one more shot at this, because that one was kind of boring. Like, nothing broke apart or anything. I think if I came at it at a little bit faster and a little bit more angle, it would have been really cool. So we're going to try this. We're going to try going out and then in, really swinging the plane. Get as much speed as we possibly can. And we hit the bump, but that's good. It just gives us a good angle. And, oh, there goes the plane. Right into the water. And it broke up a little bit. Seems like it's falling in slow-mo, even though it wasn't in slow-mo, really. That was weird. There we go. I like the way that one turned out. Alright, let's go ahead and go to another map and try some more stuff. Like, it's just the kind of everything I could think of with water video. So let's actually we're going to end up going back to grid map after all, even though I said I wasn't going to. We're going here after all. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to test. H cube hitting water. What happens? Try with a couple of different weights as well, but the point was we need somewhere nice and flat to do the H cube because the beach was not working. The sand was just sucking it up, and well, things weren't working. That's all there is to say about it. Things were not working, so it was not a viable option, but it is viable here, so we're going to try it out. A lightweight H cube goes. What? Man, the water just breaks everything, don't it? I'm not even going that fast. Look, I'm just kind of cruising along. And, oh, there we go. But if I go much faster than that, it's just like, you can't do that. It's not allowed. See, that's about the max speed. Watch. Now, if we go a little bit faster. Nope. All right, what if we get a heavier one then? Maybe this one's just really light. And it's so fragile, it can't do it. Get a heavy one. Oh, heavy one's good. Heavy one worked really good. Maximize the speed by backing up first and go. The H-cube doesn't seem very affected by the water, does it? What if we try this? What if we try it from way over here going in reverse? We're a little bit more up, okay. And now we bring it back. So that's going really fast, and look at that. It worked. Almost skipped, didn't it? Like the first time it hit the water, it kind of skipped. Watch. Skipping along right there. Look at that. Well, it's rolling on the water. Oh, that was neat. And then it flies above the water, and then it keeps just going crazy. Well, that was interesting. And then, is that really about it? I think that's about all I have to test. So, yep. If you guys just have anything more you would want to see with the water, feel free to request it. Otherwise, until next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.